What's a fact that's real, but sounds completely fake? Australia exports sand and camels to the Middle East.
I've seen the Middle East. There's a lot of sand there. So I looked it up, and it's because they use sand in construction. Places like Dubai do a lot of construction. And even though those cities are literally surrounded by desert, wind-formed desert sand is too smooth for construction.
Sharks, and many other things, were around before the rings of Saturn had formed.
The band Rings of Saturn was formed in 2009, so no shit. And the band The Sharks formed in 1979. Fact checks out. Not only is the banana a berry, its tree is in fact not a tree, but a very tall herb. Add to yours meanwhile the strawberry isn't a berry, but the melon is. And for some reason most people I know are still weirded out by the fact that cinnamon is tree bark.
The Hungarian word for cinnamon, fehej, literally means tree bark. Edit, grammar. The first part of our bodies that form are the asshole and the mouth, and then everything else grows in between them. We are a type of organism called a deuterostome, meaning two openings.
Meaning, we were all born assholes. Many people never advance past that stage.
Mantis shrimp strike their prey so quickly, with speed up to 51 miles per hour and acceleration up to 10,400 grams, that it generates cavitation bubbles between their claw and the surface of the prey. The prey is hit twice, first by the claw at a force of 1,500 newtons, and second by the collapse of the cavitation bubbles, which produces a shock wave strong enough to stun or kill much larger prey than the shrimp itself. They can crack aquarium glass and split open a human thumb. Edit, accuracy.
If we humans had this force to body ratio, we could throw a baseball to the orbit. That's fucking incredible.
There's actually only 8 different questions asked on AskReddit, just phrased 30 different ways. Plumber's daughters of Reddit, what's the sexiest lie anyone's ever told you about weird food from your country? Asterisk edited to add asterisk, and how much did Karen freak out about it? Asterisk edited again asterisk oh, and while we're at it, if you woke up and your squishy bits were suddenly stiffy bits, or vice versa, who would you fuck first?
I once won a game of Trivial Pursuit because I knew this. General Feldmarschall Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher believed himself to be pregnant with an elephant fathered by a French infantryman.
Blücher. Horses whinny in distance. Asterisk underscore underscore heave ass my boyfriend. Underscore underscore asterisk.
When you get a kidney transplant, they usually just leave your original kidneys in your body and put the third kidney in your pelvis.
Yes, this is true. Both my dad and little sister had kidney transplants. It was explained to me that keeping the old kidney in was because it still partially functions.
Yeah, first time I heard that I was like, you've got to be kidney in me. That Netflix was founded a year before Google.
Charlie Chaplin outlived Elvis Presley. It's amazing how many people think Chaplin died in the black and white film era. On a similar note, what do Anne Frank, Milk Jr., and Barbara Walters have in common? They were born the same year. Things many view as history were lived experiences by people alive today. The first African American children to go to desegregated schools in the South are the same age or younger than most Redditors' grandparents. Many of our parents are the same age.
My grandfather was born the same year as Annie Frank, and that always blew my mind.
When baby horses are in the womb, their hooves are soft and have tentacles on them to prevent them harming the mother. They look really weird but drop off in 30 minutes.
Greater than baby horses are in the womb, their hooves are soft and have tentacles, horse feathers. Would a Pegasus be born with feathers, or would it have fluff like a baby chick and then go through An awkward teenage fledgling phase?
In Madagascar there lives a species of moth that feeds, EDA, almost, exclusively on the tears of sleeping birds.
Madagascar must have some pretty depressed birds then.
A class of fungus known as mycorrhizae can infect the roots of plants, leaching away the sugars created by the plants, but in return giving them access to more nutrients, as the fungus can spread much further than the roots of the plant. The fungus can actually connect two plants together, allowing them to share nutrients and communicate with each other, warning of invading insects or pathogens so the other plants can prepare defenses, for example, in an underground network of sorts.
I just learned this last week when I watched Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. It blew my mind. If we could drive to space, it would only take about an hour.
The fact it would take longer to drive across Texas is crazy.
Space is only about 100 kilometers up. Earth's a big rock with a very thin layer of atmosphere. Also, going to space is easy. Staying in space is hard.
Woolly mammoths didn't completely die out until about 1,000 years after the Great Pyramids of Giza were constructed, and French explorers on expedition to the North Pole in 1872 found so many well-preserved mammoth specimens that they were able to survive by cooking and eating their meat. The first thing I knew, but the second part? That is amazing.